All right, here we go again, facing Napoli, and as you can imagine, we are the underdogs. I don't know why. I would think that we would have the upper hand in this matchup. I mean, should be obvious, right, with our team of 18, 19-year-old players who just so happen to have good acceleration and good pace. We'll see what happens. Napoli are in 6th place, which will be probably a little frustrating to them, and we're somewhere down in the bottom. We don't talk about that. All right, let's see what we have going on here today. Not exactly a full house here, which is the interesting part. And let there be light. Let me see if I can make a couple of little changes here. There we go. And there we go. That should look a little bit better. Well, we've given up a foul already, which is one of those things I think we're probably leading the league in. Mutsundai here with the free kick, and that's off the wall and is then caught by the keeper. So, I mean, there's something. We didn't score, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. And let's get this ball off of the ball. Gumi did what we wanted him to do, got that ball off of him. It's over to Faraha, and unfortunately he wasn't able to corral it. It's kind of a shame because we had a chance at a break there, and instead we've got to be on the back foot once again, and we got to play our defense. And that's deflected out clearly for a corner, so the pressure's on already. Early corner, not even quite 6 minutes into this match. Let's see if we can defend it. You know, those corners when you're playing fairly well are always scary. You're always worried about somebody knocking one in at the last second. Yeah, does a good job getting onto that one and knocks it out. But it doesn't stay out for very long. There's a good save from Giekowitz, who's been playing fairly well recently, surprisingly. Not exactly my first choice for a goalkeeper. Borges gets it. Over to Demirovic. Oh, and he just misses. Just misses that one. And I thought, hey, man, maybe we get one against the run of play. Looking here at the temperature, 93 degrees Fahrenheit. I should change that to Celsius, but 93 degrees, good heavens. That's a little bit warm. Day over to Mongo. And that is knocked out for a corner. That's a mistake. Let's see if we can take advantage of that one. Manga can't quite get his head onto that. It's Borges, and that's going to be a free kick for us. Hey, that's pretty good. Mutsundai will take it. I think he's going to take a shot. He does. And, oh man, that's just tantalizingly close off of the top crossbar. Doesn't happen. A little bit of bad luck here early going, but this isn't too bad. We're not getting completely creamed. Now, the thing that surprised me is that we think that Napoli would have a whole bunch of legendary players, and they're not playing any of them. Maybe they're all resting. I don't know what's going on. Furaha, and Mutsundai gets it back again. Passes that for Okafor, and he's just about a step or two too slow. He wasn't anticipating that. I think that's what the problem was. Mongo wins this in the back. Giekowitz lumps it forward. That's not really what we wanted to do, but Demirovic wins it, and then unfortunately we're not able to win possession back, and it's back to the old digging in the trenches, trying to defend. Borges, and he loses that, and that one somehow goes in. Not sure if he was offside or not, or how to pronounce his name. Kvaratskhelia. Well, let's see if it was a goal first. They're not going to count it. They're going to say that he was offside. And, I mean, the line makes it look like it was close, but it really wasn't that close. The entire body was offside. He was offside by pretty sizable margin, so a little bit more trickery there by Sports Interactive, but we all know what the truth is. Furaha, unfortunately, is taken down from behind, and here comes that striker once again. All of you who follow football closer than I do are going to be laughing at me for the inability to pronounce certain names, and that's just the way it is. I'm ready for it, no problem. Faraz wins this, but doesn't pass it far enough, and boy, that was a good save. And so we've been able to get through that without conceding a goal, which is always positive. But I'm a little bit worried still about our play in the back. I mean, we're just being overwhelmed and overpowered by them. One thing I'll say is that while it is important to have good possession and good good pace and good acceleration in Football Manager, it doesn't necessarily make up for a lot of problems elsewhere. In other words, if the other team has almost as good acceleration and pace and they're better than you clearly at every other facet of the game, you're probably not going to win. However, we haven't conceded yet, so that's sort of a positive. Mia over to Borges. And that ball is taken away from him pretty easily. That'll lead to another corner for us. Here it comes. Manga can't get onto it, and not too much to say there. We have had more XG than them, which is kind of interesting because I don't think that we've looked that good so far. Giekowitz ends up grabbing this and prevents it from going in. That's his job. Gumni to Faraha. And he just loses that right away. Unfortunately, Ben Whitson-Dye works hard over to Borges, and he can't get his head onto it, unfortunately. And it's Fares, I'm sorry, trying to win that. And we're just a step too slow and a step behind, unfortunately. We're getting into good positions, and we're doing what we need to do to compete for that ball. And Wandel is going to be called for the penalty. I guarantee you this is going to be a penalty. There's no question about it. He's running over and trying to plead his case, and then he sort of gives up halfway and starts grabbing his midsection and breathing heavily, which is not a good sign in itself. And the penalty is awarded just as I told you it would be. We're about to go down 1-0. And you knew that was going to happen. We played pretty aggressively, and I'm sure that he pulled a guy down or something like that. And Giekowitz makes a save, and that's not the first time he's made a save on a penalty. Gumi with a good goal line save. Oh my goodness, wow. And we still have to play. Giekowitz with a good save there at the final second. And holy cow, so we haven't conceded the goal. I don't know how this happened. This is, I think, the second penalty in a row we've seen him save. And just misses grabbing that ball right afterwards, and that would have gotten rid of a lot of this pain. And instead, that's out for a goal kick. And so we are still kicking, and we're still alive. Gumi over to Mutsundé, looking for Okafor, can't find him, unfortunately, and they have the ball once again. And, I mean, it's poor cohesion, poor passing, and we've given up a corner. Poor defending as well. Here we are again, time to defend, and well, we did a pretty good job there. And if we can get like a tackle in, that would be nice. A tackle maybe? Not a tackle in there, and that's going to be a free kick. He's caught offside once again, so that does work for us. But, you know, to score, we kind of need the ball. Gumni over for Okafor, and it's a poor pass by Gumni, and has just nothing on it. And, boy, that was fortunate of us that we were able to block that cross from going in. So, all's well that ends well, I suppose. Okafor not having a particularly good game, and that's concerning. He needs to play better than this. And it's going to be headed out and back, and that should be the end of that corner. Here's another one. That's headed up and back as well. Faraz. Can't quite win it, just a little step too slow with that tackle. And Borges timed the tackle wrong, I suppose. No card, though, so that was pretty generous. In fact, they're the ones who have all the cards. And that's out for a goal kick. So, I mean, we haven't conceded. That's the important thing. It would be nice if we could muster some kind of offense, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And there's Giekowitz grabbing that one out of the sky, and we might make it through a full half of football without seeing a goal. And here they come, and Giekowitz with a good save there at the end, and that was also, I think, deflected before that went in for a shot, making it just a little bit easier. Let's take another look at this here and see. Here comes the shot, and it is deflected. It's deflected right at the last second. Giekowitz is able to prevent that one from going in. It was good football, though. You have to give them that. Gumni over to Blondel. And not surprised, are you, that Augsburg has a hard time with Napoli on the road. And Faraha was offside by a very slight margin, and that brings us over to halftime. So 0-0 here at half. And we want to keep this up, and it would be nice to get a win. I would settle for a draw. Okafor not playing as well as he could, and do we put him on or do we put him on? That's the big question. Wanta is not quite as fast, but let's give him a little bit of a try out there. We haven't played him in that position before. Let's see what happens. So we'll start the second half, and we'll see what happens here. Manga up to Demirovic. And that's with Borges there, who knocks it in. Carlos Borges, first goal of the season, but that's a surprise. I'm not sure how that went in. I'm pretty sure that the keeper was in the right position. we've scored after 30 seconds of the second half, and it's so surprising. I don't know what to say about it. So Borges picks this up, pulls it forward, and just puts it straight past the keeper. Like there's nothing to it. Like he's been doing that all along. He gets his first goal. This team might not be too bad. We're up 1-0 here on the road against the run of play, and this is clearly against the run of play. We've had no momentum in this match at all. And we've given up yet another corner. I think they've had about 10 corners now that we've seen, right? Not counting the ones that they don't show you. And that's up and over, so that'll be a goal kick. And hey, I mean, it's better than nothing, better than a poke in the eye. 1-0 Augsburg, and I never would have dreamed coming into this match that we'd be up 1-0 at any point. Gumi over to Monta, and he knocks it all the way back to Nie. Demirovic, no Borges. The lump that went forward didn't do anything. Gumi. Monta. Looking for Borges, can't find him, and Nie gets this forward to Demirovic, and there's the cross looking for Monta and can't find him. Utsundai looks for him as well, can't get to him. And that's deflected up and just over everything. I thought that one might end up sort of sneaking its way inside. Wouldn't that be amazing to have that kind of goal from the center back? Nie knocks this up and over, and it's just not happening. Faraz can't get a foot onto it, and this is going to turn into a break for them, isn't it? Or are we fast enough to get back? And looks like we were fast enough to foul, so we did that, and that was something. Mutsundai now takes the shot, and that just misses from going in. What a good save by Merritt. And that's one of those where your heart tries to will it in, it just doesn't happen. One tap. Yeah. Manga. And Nia ends up picking it back up. Manga. Pass it up. There you go. Guni. One tap. Unfortunate. Just wasn't enough on that pass. Can we hold it here? Oh, man. Mutsundai gets onto that one. I'm not sure how that happened. And so we have continued with the clean sheet and want a good foul. They'll say that's cynical, but I think that's what we wanted him to do. Probably around the 60-minute mark, we're going to make our next changes. This was kind of a miracle. It's amazing that that wasn't a goal, and I mean, we'll take it, but wow. Yeah, over to Blondell, Faraha, and we won a corner somehow. I'm pretty sure that one was out before the keeper grabbed it. It's confusing. Yeah. Looking for Demirovic, couldn't find him. Manga now with it. In the back, playing around a little bit. Borges. And he passes it to the invisible man. And that's gone out for a throw for them. So I'm not quite sure about that level of decision making. It's one of the things that we don't scout for around here. We don't look so much at decision making. We just buy guys who are fast. That's all we care about at this point. Augsburg gets the corner. Looking, I think, for Demirovic, and he hasn't really done much in this match. He may end up coming off. We might put Monta over in front, and he just couldn't get to that ball. I'm a little bit dismayed that our defense was not fast enough to get there in time. That's the one problem that we have. It's been difficult to find defensive midfielders and center backs who have good pace and good acceleration. They do exist in Football Manager, but it seems that they might be just a little bit beyond our reach at the moment. My goodness, they have an XG of almost 3. We don't even have an XG of 1 yet we're winning 1-0. Could it be that we FM them? That's the question. That's what we're rooting for. We want to FM them every chance that we get. And he heads this one up, but not quite out, and that's going to be a goal kick for us. And I think it is time for some substitutions. I think that I just stopped the background audio as well. So this is what the plan is, right? We're probably going to take Demirovic off. I don't know. He's had a pretty good rating. Maybe we'll leave him on. We'll take Furaha off, and we'll go down here to Han to play over in that role on the left. And let's see, do we have anybody playing poorly or who may be tired? Ferraz always seems to be playing poorly. We'll put Milhaber on for him, and I think that's probably okay. We could also put Öztürk on for Demirovic, but we'll hold that one, I think, in our back pocket for the time being. And let's just go ahead and go forward with this and see what impact that makes. Borges now. I'm losing die back to Borges. Borges pass, and unfortunately it doesn't quite happen. And somebody way off camera for Napoli was injured, so that's the end of that story. He's way offside. He's way offside. I'm going to call that. So nothing has happened. And Giekowitz with another save, and so we've managed to keep them out so far. About 20 more minutes left of this match. And there's another save. So we're not holding on to the ball, but we're also not conceding, and that's kind of the important part. You'd think that I'd want to replace my defenders, but no, I was more interested in trying to get a little bit more oomph up front. Here's Han with it. Can he make a difference? Good pass, good centering pass, but there's nobody there. Monta now back to Milhaber. That almost goes in. My goodness, what a save. That's a last-minute desperation save against Milhaber, who just came on. And I like the looks of this. Han with the header over to Monta. And they're not going to call that. Gumi, Milhaber, Mongo, Hussendai, and Borges just can't get onto that. Loses that, unfortunately. Hussendai, and it doesn't look so good, does it? And here they come, and there it is. Giacomo Raspadori ends up equalizing there for Napoli, and there's a lot of sort of running after the ball instead of playing the man, which is what you're going to see here in a second. I mean, you know, we have numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but, I mean, we just played the ball instead of the man. Mongo was trying for an interception instead of playing the man. Mongo's received a lot of criticism from our fan base for not playing as well as he should, and I think we saw a little bit of that there. And that's a little bit disconcerting. Nia now over to Borges, and Borges lets that ball bounce past him, unfortunately. He had that goal. That was good. I don't want to be too critical of him, but that was pretty bad. Blondo got to that somehow, and then Milhaber with a shot that was kind of ridiculous, a little bit wishful thinking, so it remains 1-1, and now we're in trouble of giving up a losing goal here in the coming seconds. Fortunately for us, that one is up and over and doesn't do any damage to us. About 15 minutes here left in this match. Monta working hard defensively, trying to get that ball and just can't do it. And Giekowitz ends up falling on top of it, so that's a little bit better. Remember, Napoli are almost certainly a team way above our level. Mondel over to Gumi. Forward for Demirovic, and he falls apart on that one. We're going to take him off after that. I didn't like that at all. That was, I mean, with that sort of chance, you got to do a little bit better than that. We're going to put Öztürk on. And we will ignore the star ratings and not worry about taking off a guy who's at 4 stars, 5 stars, or whatever it is you want to say. We're going to worry a little bit more about giving time for our guys and trying to help them improve a little bit. And it's Blondo winning this, forwarding for Monta. Can't find him. And yeah, we can't get this to anybody. Unfortunately, we are trying to keep up with them now here on defense. And that should have been the game winner. We got lucky there. I mean, this really should have. I mean, just look at this. Look at what happened here, right? So here's Raspadori, and it's a beautiful cross. Manga's in the wrong position again, and it just doesn't go in. A little bit of good luck for us. Manga gets onto this one and knocks it backwards, which is good. And Öztürk with a very good defensive play. Over to Manga. Forward, can't quite find anybody, and that looked pretty bad defensively, didn't it? And that ends up being a corner that we have conceded once again. So our woes continue. Fortunately for us, that header is up and over the ball. Gumni now. Han. Over to Monta, and there's just a step in front of him. He's just a little step too slow. That's the worry that I have with Monta, is that he doesn't have those speed ratings that we need. Zielinski must have some problem with consistency, because he's had 2 of these shots here where he's just had the wide open goal right in front of him, and he's missed it by a considerable margin. So, yeah, that doesn't look so hot. 1-1 still the score. Gumni, and do we have an attacking chance? Well, Han to Monta, back to Han, over to Gumni. Han with the shot, and unfortunately there wasn't very much English on that one. Monta to Borges, Day. Look at these numbers. Han. Day to Monta. To Öztürk, and he puts it in. Now, are they gonna count it? That's the question. That's the question. Does that count? I think he's onside, but I didn't get a very good look at that. They're going to say he was offside. Monta was offside. Look at how far offside he is, and then Öztürk was onside, but unfortunate. That could have been a game winner.
Torschütze heute Nachmittag für das Team der Torschütze.
Ooh, Giekewitz with a good save there, and we only have a couple minutes left. Can we hold on? Giekewitz, hold on, slow it down. And that's it. We've won this draw 1-1. We could have won this game 1-0. As you can see, our XG was absolutely horrendous. But 1-1, the final score. We earned the draw. We really sweat it out, and that will help us out. We now have 5 points out of 6 matches. Not as good as we'd like it to be, but that's pretty good. And I think that we can continue to build from here now that we've played some of the harder teams here in the league already. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll have another one for you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.